What's going on, drivers? Welcome back to Rollin' 18 Podcast. Today we're talking about something every single driver out there feels, whether you're a company, lease op, or full owner-operator driver. We're breaking down the top 5 issues American commercial truck drivers are facing right now. And this isn't fluff. This comes straight from the industry data, like the annual reports from the American Transportation Research Institute. Plus, what drivers are saying in truck stops, on social media, and on the CB every single day. So let's get into it. Let's start with the big one, money.
Welcome to Rolling 18 Podcast. This 40-year veteran is here for anyone wanting to stay up to date in the trucking world. Grab your coffee, hop on board, and let's get on down the road with Walter Gatlin.
Now, driver compensation has constantly ranked as the number one concern among drivers. And here's why. On paper, pay might look decent, cents per mile, percentage pay, bonuses, but in reality, you're not paid for retention time half the time. You're not paid when traffic shuts you down. You're not paid when the shipper takes 4 hours to find your paperwork, and inflation hasn't exactly been friendly either. Fuel, groceries, truck parts, insurance, everything costs more. But freight rates, they've been soft. Now, owner-operators are feeling it hard. Some are running lows just to keep the wheels turning. Company drivers are feeling it too. Mileage has been inconsistent in some sectors, and accessorily, pay isn't always reliable. When drivers say they want better pay, what they really mean is fair pay for all their time. Not just time the wheels are spinning. You used to be able to get away with that years ago. Not today. Now let's talk about something the average driver faces at 9 p.m. Truck parking. This has been in the top issues for years, and it hasn't gotten any better. You plan your day perfectly. You're watching the clock. You're managing your hours of service, and then boom, every truck stop within 50 miles is full. Now what? Do you risk parking somewhere sketchy? Do you violate hours of service? Do you want to pay $60 for one night of truck parking? Do you drive tired, looking for a spot? None of those are good options. Drivers are expected to operate safely and legally, but the infrastructure hasn't caught up with the demand. There are simply more trucks than there are safe parking spots. That creates stress, fatigue, and sometimes unsafe situations. Now let's talk about regulations. Commercial drivers are some of the most regulated workers in America. Go figure. We're the largest industry in the world, and we get treated like crap. Between DOT inspections, ELD compliance, drug testing rules, and changing federal enforcement priorities, the pressure is constant. We've seen shifts in how certain regulations are enforced, and that affects drivers directly. The truth is, most drivers want safe roads. But what frustrates people is when enforcement feels inconsistent or overly aggressive, especially when it seems like the rules keep changing. Regulations impact many of us. Who can stay on the road like this? Now, companies operate and how much paperwork drivers deal with daily. And when policy shifts happen quickly, drivers are the ones who feel it first. Now, here's a controversial one. For years, we've heard about the driver shortage. But many drivers will tell you it's not a shortage of drivers. It's a shortage of drivers willing to work under certain conditions. All of these conditions. High turnover rates, over 90%, show that people are entering the industry, but they're not staying. Why? Probably for the same reason it's been going on for the last 20 years. Because of the pay structure, because of home time, because of respect. The average age of a truck driver is climbing. Fewer young people are choosing trucking as a long-term career. The average age is 55 or more. And when experienced drivers leave, that experience goes with them. Whether you call it a shortage or a retention crisis, it's a labor challenge, and that affects workload, dispatch pressure, and freight distribution across the country. Now let's get real for a second. This job is demanding. Long hours, tight appointment windows, unpredictable shippers, weather, traffic, and detention time might be one of the most frustrating parts of the job. You can do everything right, arrive early, check in properly, communicate clearly, and still sit for hours unpaid. That's not just lost income. That's lost time away from your family, and over time that stress builds up. Work-life balance in trucking has always been tough, but today's drivers are more vocal about it, and rightfully so. Mental health, physical health, and family time matter. Did you know the average lifespan of a truck driver is 61? Yeah, I'm 62. I still haven't made it out alive. The industry can't just focus on the freight efficiency. It has to focus on human sustainability. Let's touch on one more thing that affects drivers, even if they don't always see it directly. Insurance costs. Carriers are facing rising insurance premiums and large lawsuit verdicts. When companies pay more for insurance, that cost trickles down. It affects hiring standards, equipment upgrades, pay structures, risk tolerance, and in some cases, it makes smaller carriers disappear entirely, which means fewer options for drivers. So when you zoom out, here's what we're looking at. Drivers want fair compensation, safe parking, consistent, reasonable regulation, respect, and a sustainable lifestyle. None of that is extreme. None of that is unrealistic. But until infrastructure, policy, and business models align better with the reality of life on the road, these issues aren't going away. So quit telling me about all the problems, and you guys start offering some solutions. What are we going to do? We're the largest industry in the world. Let's act like it. Let's work together, let's stand up, and let's fix this. These issues aren't going away. If you're a driver watching this right now, I'd love to hear from you. Which of these hits you the hardest? Is it pay? Is it parking? Is it detention time? Is it regulations? Drop it in the comments, because conversations like this matter. The trucking industry moves America, but drivers move the trucking industry. And until drivers' concerns are taken seriously, the system stays stressed. Who's responsible for this mess? We are, because we're not communicating with each other. We're not standing firm and united together. That's it for today's Rollin' 18 podcast. If you find value in this, hit the like button. Please subscribe and share this with another driver who knows exactly what we're talking about. In the meantime, God bless, be safe, and as always, keep it between the lines, driver. I will see you next time.
Thank you for listening to Rollin' 18 Podcast. Please visit Walter's podcast site at rollin18podcast.com or his social media sites such as Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. All links are in the description.